at Christie Downs to look out for. Beach Road near the school. Smash getting cleaned up at Cumberland Park. Goodwood Road near Narina Avenue. But no great delay, so that's a good thing. And slow for works at Ashford at the moment. Anzac Highway near South Road as they demolish that really big old building on the corner. Cameras, Anglevale Road, Evanston Gardens and Main Road, McLaren Vale. It's a price frenzy. JB Hi-Fi with crazy half-price deals like Google Pixel 9 Pro XL phones. Half price and stacks more. Get into JB while stocks last. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Mostly sunny and 15 today, a shower or two tomorrow, 16. Sunday, partly cloudy, also 16, and mostly sunny on Monday, 18. At the moment, 14. Now let's hear what's happening on 9 News tonight.
I'm Brenton Raglis. Tonight, new leads in a cold case spark a fresh search for a missing teen feared murdered. How a pet dog saved its elderly owners from an Unley Park house fire. See the moment a kiss cam at a Coldplay concert exposes a workplace affair. And the Suns coach makes a big statement about the Crows. 9 News. Your news. 9 at 6 on 9 and on 9 Now.
Stay informed, get involved. 5AA. Always Adelaide. The 5AA Sports Show. Rowey.
I am flabbergasted.
And Timmy G.
Absolute sports festival.
Good afternoon, 8 after 4 on this bright and sunny Friday. Time to get stuck into the weekend of sport, and boy, do we have some ripping events coming up. The golf, the netball finals, racing, cricket, and of course the footy. It is our Footy Friday thanks to Rusden Wines, the home of the Blackgut Shiraz. Rowey, Timmy G, good afternoon.
Thank you, Sammy. Yeah, round 19 after another Thursday night AFL Frosby flop. We're going to get to that. Port have Hawks in Lonnie. We're going to cross all the way and speak to Josh Carr, coach in waiting. Crows have, I think, the game of the round Sunday twilight versus the Suns. Cannot wait. Riley O'Brien will join us in the studio. Timmy, welcome.
Thank you very much, Stephen. What about your time slot? You'd be happy with that? 4:05 on a Sunday?
It is what it is.
We copped it last week.
But why would you bury that game there when you had that crap game last night?
They had the
20,000 people under the... we'll get
the
to
AFL had their opportunity, didn't they?
Did.
When they get to reset the last 10 rounds, and look what they did with it.
And they blew it. Hey, you hosted the Carbine Club up at McGill Estates and interviewed my former coach,
well, certainly did, Neil Baum. And
how'd it go?
Oh, it was awesome. And
how well does he speak?
The first thing I said to you was, I think you're in good hands. Yeah. There's no doubt about that. What he does is he just makes the difficult sound simple. And he just simplifies everything, makes common sense.
Practical,
and you go,
logical.
Why doesn't anybody else see the world like this, And just something as simple as when he was trying to explain free kicks. And he just said, look, it's quite simple. He said, two big fellas are going at a ruck tap or whatever. He said, unless one picks the other one up and throws him out of the room, he said, it's not a free kick. Just play on. Get on with it. And it's just like, that's right. If a little tug of the jumper, 1 inch in a centre clearance or a boundary throw-in, doesn't make any difference. Just stop doing it. It's great.
Yeah. He's great. And he knows what success looks like. And he questions, and I like that. He's a ripper. Neil Baum. So it went well out there, McGill Estate?
Excellent. Yes, I was. I said to him,
what were you doing in that side of town?
Well, I said
at McGill Estate.
It's any wonder you got a Port Adelaide bloke to host the event out here in the eastern suburbs, the lovely Penfolds Cellar 20 and the like. I said,
how classy is it?
I said, we got places like this down at the Alberton Hotel, the Woodville Hotel. Good on you, boys.
Well done. Hey, Port are in for, I think, a rough ride tomorrow. Hawthorn are off a loss. It's going to be a cold and windy Lonnie Oval.
That's good.
Port win this one. It'll be one of Ken Hinkley's real greats because there does become a point where there's a tipping point of weight and numbers. Horn Francis, Rioli, Rosie, Vicentini, Radigalia, Burton, Marshall, Sampao Pepper are in your best team. That's a lot of outs. Here's Ken Hinkley on the game.
We are who we are. I mean, as I've said for a couple of weeks, I just want us to play in our style as best we possibly can over the next 6 or 7 or 8 weeks, whatever it may be. And look, to be honest, I'm just going to embrace the opportunity to be doing the job that I still do and still love doing. So, and with the team that I love doing it with.
It's a lot of outs.
Yeah, of course it is. But you just mentioned something. They're off a loss and there's going to be wet, windy, difficult conditions. So I would be rating myself a massive chance of winning by just going hard at it all day. And it's going to be a territory game. Not going to be anything pretty about it. Who wants to hit in harder?
That's it.
I'd say go for it, lads. Let's do it.
Running straight lines.
Yes, straight lines. Do not deviate.
Ken spoke about the Hawks. Have a listen.
Every game for me in the last little bit's going to have some sort of story to it. Yeah, clearly there's a little bit of history with Hawthorn and Port. It doesn't matter. We go out there and play, and it just helps you talk about the game, I think. And for us, we go out there with the approach to try and do our absolute best against a high-quality team, a team that's been growing all the time.
So who gives them a snowball's hope in hell? 8223 0000. Port fans, are you still engaged? Do you still care? Or is it curtains?
No.
It's not curtains yet, is it?
No way.
No. Keep going.
6 games to go. Come on.
Well, we're going to ask Josh
Let's win this one.
exactly that. Let's win it. Yeah, well done. Great attitude. There's no denying the game of the round. Well, one of them would be Adelaide v the Gold Coast Suns. As you said, it's 4:10 on a bloody Sunday. 3rd v 6th. Both won their last 3. Both have their attack and defence in great order. Both challenging, I would say, for a top 4. And certainly both challenging to be a premiership serious contender. Here's Crows coach Matty Nix.
We go back and watch round 4, for example, and when we had our last hit out against them, it was a great battle. It's a very different game to where we're at now. And so we look at that with optimism of how we've improved and the areas we've got better, but we also have an understanding and a respect that so too is our opposition.
Yeah, both have improved. We're going to see how much either of them have. It was a 1-point margin round 4. Murray's in for Butts, and we think Pedler for Cook. That's the scenario I think they're painting. Have a listen.
Pedge was probably pretty stiff last week to not get the call. We wanted to see a little more from him, and he gave us that on the weekend in the SANFL. So depending on how training goes today, yeah, I would have thought Pedler's a really big chance to come in and play.
So we'll have the teams at 4:30. Suns have lost Took Miller. Now, he plays that connector role or that up and down the role, a bit like Keys.
He's a good player.
He's super important, highly skilled. That might be just enough for me to sway it the Crows' way. It's going to be one of those ones that'll be won or lost, I think, in the middle. Damien Harwick had this to say.
A greater challenge than what I think is probably the best form team in the competition at the moment. You know, look at Adelaide, how they're playing. You know, we study their KPIs to an inch of its life, and you know, they're probably in the best form we think at present. So it's going to be a challenge, you know, the way they control the ball through the back half, slow and controlled, and then energise the forward half to those 3 big key forwards is going to be a challenge for us.
He's the best at talking up an oppo. Never gives them ammo, just talks them up. That's his little art. He's bloody good at it. Look, I've got the absolute confidence in the Crows' back 6 and their defensive system. Would you agree with that? Have a look at the numbers, so tick that. I've got the utmost confidence in the Crows' front 6 with that firepower and the conversion. That's another tick. I do get worried at times about our midfield. Centre square scored upon heavily and score from stoppage. And when a midfield can get on top, they can get a lot of momentum. I mean, Witt's giving Rowey and Anson, Humphrey and Swallow first look at it worries me a tad. So I want to see some improvement in the midfield. And the other thing, Timmy...
What about home ground?
Well, home ground does help. Yeah. Well, it does help. It does help. It doesn't help, you know, can't make you better. I reckon it helps. But would you say if you had a concern of what area, would it be the midfield for Adelaide?
Yeah, I suppose it's like any team. If you're going to get beat, sometimes that's where it is, depending on your opponent and whether you're at your best.
And the other thing, they call it modes of play, methods of play, you know, holding up the boards and all of that sort of stuff. I'm more confident in the Crows winning from being 2 goals down with 5 minutes on the clock than being 2 goals up with 5 minutes on the clock. Now, that's a funny thing to say, but I wonder how many other Crows supporters are the same.
It's a little bit of your history, recent history. That's
well, it is, but history can repeat, and it is a trend.
Yeah, but not... You wouldn't say this season that you held on against Brisbane. Well, even the games
that we've held on, Well, Brisbane had 17 inside 50s that last quarter, so it was only the grace of God go I that we didn't lose that one. We go safely, so I want to get that part, that method part, that mental part of our game right. If you're going into finals, you want every aspect of your game right. So there's the 2 work-ons, I guess is what I'm saying.
Well done.
Is that being a bit harsh?
No, I think that's fair and reasonable. It's just a matter of getting that right. You got to get yourself back in that situation to improve it, don't you?
Have a say, Crows supporters. Are you with me? 8223 0088. Now, I will get harsh now. The bottom 6 teams have played in every game since round 14 on a Thursday night. We had another flop last night. St Kilda and Bulldogs played round 14. Dogs won by 72 points. Round 15, Freo played Essendon. Freo won by 41 points. You see what I'm getting at? There's a top 9 team playing a bottom 9 team. Round 16, Port played Carlton. Port thumped them by 50 points. Round 17, North played the Dogs. North thumped by 49 points. Carlton Lions thumped them by 40 points. GWS smashed Essendon round 19 by 48 points. What are they doing with Thursday night footy?
I'll tell you what they're doing.
You absolute idiots.
Thursday has been a compensation game for those that don't get Friday nights.
That's ridiculous.
All the clubs, no, to be fair, like all the clubs that don't get marquee spots, they then give them Thursday night as a...
So do you know that to be a
compensation for commercial?
St Kilda got smoked, Essendon got smoked, Carlton got smoked, North got smoked, Carlton got smoked, and Essendon got smoked. That's the last 7 Thursday nights.
It's a commercial decision. See, that's look,
ridiculous.
We're giving you eyeballs. We're giving you eyeballs there and the like. That's what they're saying to them.
But you look at this. We're in the middle of a 5-week period between round 15 and 20, where Carlton are going to get 3 of the 5 Thursday night games.
Carlton and Essendon have been way over-indexed, and we've known that for a long time. Where they've both been playing poorly and both getting terrific fixture draws, if you want. It's extraordinary. It is. And when and being a Port supporter, finishing second on the minor round and getting the draw that they received is not good enough. So that to me just where they definitely bend the system. And what they do is they give you the odd Thursday to go, here's a bone. Shut up.
But
that's not good enough.
But what a stupid strategy that is. What a dopey, dumbass, stupid strategy that is.
What about Port Adelaide?
You've had none. 0.0.
In what? 1, I reckon.
In what?
The primetime Thursday nights.
Oh, yeah. We had
if you want to share it around so much. Yeah.
And I'm going to throw this out. 8223.
There's a bone.
That's 0000. We've got a Rusden Blackgut Shiraz to give away. We love our Rusden Footy Friday. I doubt anyone would have watched that entire game last night. Not one person. If you did, I want you to ring and prove that you watched that entire Essendon GWS game on a Thursday night primetime. No, I don't reckon there would have been one person that would have sat through that. Only 20,000 at Marvel, under the lid, 18 degrees, no wind, perfect conditions. What's the AFL doing?
They had a chance with this because they held off the last 10 rounds and said, rightio, we're going to make sure that we get it all right. And they had a chance. They knew where Essendon were heading, and it's unfortunate. Blame injury, whatever you want to blame. They knew where it was heading, but to give them what they've actually got is quite staggering. And I've heard a whisper that the Gold Coast will get the Friday night, not the Thursday night, in that last round
against Essendon.
If they do that to them, that is very cruel, because Port Adelaide are obviously their opponent in that last round, and the whisper is that'll be a Friday, not a Thursday. If they do that to them and then make them follow up within 5 days or something,
well, they'll get a lesser break than Essendon,
which is not right.
But this was always going to have warts on it, this last game that they missed out.
The makeup
game was always going to have warts on it.
Give at least the side that's vowing for the finals the best.
Well said.
Slot.
Yeah, 8223 have you say, a lot of feedback already. Who taught Rowey the new term work on? He's used it all week. Have I? Here's another one. Can Timmy please be allowed to talk? A couple of clown emojis. You're loving Port's injuries, aren't you, Ro? 8223 keep them coming in.
We're off to a start for our Rusden Blackgut Shiraz. Our best caller can win that tonight, so get involved in the show. Port Adelaide's coach in waiting, Josh Carr, is standing by in Tasmania. They have touched down the side ahead of tomorrow's game, so we'll speak to Josh very shortly. Riley O'Brien's in the studio with us. We'll speak to the newly inducted FIVEAA Hall of Famer, Andrew Bogut, Terry McAuliffe, and Hanny Petty, our captain of our Adelaide Thunderbirds, ahead of their semi-final. We have tickets to give away to that later on in the show. It's a sellout at the Adelaide Entertainment Centre, so you don't want to miss your chance to win that. 8223 0000. Your call's next.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
If you appreciate sporty handling in a compact car that puts the fun back into driving, you'll love the game-changing Corolla at Jarvis Toyota. It features a 1.8-litre fuel-efficient hybrid electric system engine, plus cutting-edge safety advancements. And every new Corolla comes standard with capped price servicing. Exhilarating Corollas are in stock and ready to go. Take a test drive today at the new Jarvis Toyota, Brighton Road, Somerton Park.
Hey, it's Jordan Dawson here, captain of the Adelaide Football Club. I know the importance of a home ground advantage, and when it comes to building, South Australia is the home ground for Sterling Homes. For 50 years, they've been building quality homes here. So whether your block's the size of Adelaide Oval or the Gold Square, if you're looking to build, look no further than Sterling Homes and get the home ground advantage today.
Throw it out there. 2 callers straight away. Watch the whole game. Well, you better have your facts because I'm going to test you because I don't reckon you watched every minute of it. Fair dinkum. Hey, if you need to move from A to B to C, your best move is hiring. This is a great company from Budget Car and Truck Rental.
Yeah, and you know what they'll do for you? They'll get the boxes that you need. They'll get the tape to tape them up. They'll get covers to make sure all the furniture gets there in the condition that it left. Now, Budget has got you sorted on all levels.
Yeah, and you need the perfect set of wheels. Their range is unbelievable. And at Budget, they've got them all. Cars, big and small, moving vans, trucks available on a standard driver's licence. There's utes, hybrids, trailers, 12 to 25-seat buses and more. Their range is unbelievable. And it's a really, really young, what would you call it, fleet.
Yeah.
They're all new cars.
Freshy.
Freshy.
Let me tell you. And once you've done that, you've chosen that vehicle, just get onto Budget. They'll give you the blankets, they'll give you the tape, they'll give you the storage boxes. Everything will go smooth.
Yeah. Do you want a trolley? Yeah, take 2.
Done.
Just bring them back. Job done easy with Budget. It's family owned. It's South Australian, multiple locations across the state. God, I love them.
Hello, darlings. Celebrate the festive season in style at this year's Cabaret Christmas at Adelaide Convention Centre. A spectacular lineup of show-stopping entertainment with Adelaide's hottest party bands and, best of all, me, Hans, your MC. So gather your workmates or your friends as we toast the season with an all-inclusive 3-course dinner package. Don't miss Cabaret Christmas. Book now via the Adelaide Convention Centre website.
Hello, Frank Walker from National Tiles. The National Tiles famous annual winter spend and save is on now. Spend $4,000 will only charge you $2,750, or spend $2,000 will only charge you $1,450, or $1,000 will only charge you $750. Don't miss the National Tiles famous annual winter spend and save on now. So rush into a National Tiles store near you or go online at nationaltiles.com.au now and save. Conditions apply.
Exploring the journey to starting a family, unlocking nutrition tips and finding ways to stress less and live more. Health hacks. That's news to me. Visit The Advertiser today.
The FIVEAA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
All we can firmly look at this week is our challenge against Adelaide. You know, it's a hostile environment. I don't think we've actually won there in the history of our footy club. So it's a formidable challenge. You know, hostile environment, as I said, but one challenge we're certainly looking forward to. The parameters of the ground are a little bit different, but we know if we play our best footy, we're going to provide some headaches for the Crows. In saying that, they're going to give us a few too. So that's generally what, top 8 sides do to each other. So we're looking forward to it.
It's a Rusden Wines Footy Friday at 24 after 4. Your calls, 8223 0000. What are you looking forward to with the weekend of sport? For Rossdale Homes, SA's most trusted, custom design, fixed pricing, a total peace of mind because trust is a must. Let's check your traffic.
Afternoon, busy for the drive home in the usual spot today. Tapley's Hill Road, Glenelg North, super slow. South Road at Mile End, a bit of a basket case at the moment. And we are building Anzac Highway for Marion Road intersection. Works to look out for at Camden Park, Anzac Highway to Cross Road, with cameras this afternoon. Kangarilla Road, Kangarilla, and Golf Parade at Maslin Beach. Arm yourself to relieve symptoms of cold and flu with Bioceuticals Armour Force. Available at Chemist Warehouse. Chemist Warehouse, great savings every day. Always follow the directions for use. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Yeah, had a lot of callers say, well, Port finished second on the ladder. They've been top 4 for a number of seasons. They're the only team not to have played on a Friday night. You've had a couple of Thursday nights, but that's a disgrace.
Oh, to make up for it, we've got 3:45 on a Saturday. Let's go to David. G'day, David.
Hello, Dave. Dave.
You there, mate?
Dave.
Oh, we'll get
He's
back to
fallen
Dave.
asleep because Dave watched the full game last night. We'll get back to you, Dave. Hello, Vince.
Yeah, I win.
You did not.
No, I watched the whole game. I went to the Hamley Bridge Bowling Club last night and had tea, turned on the footy and watched the whole game. And after Essendon kicked 6 or 7 points, most of the members went home and I sat there and watched it.
Oh,
Vince, you're a brave man. Do you barrack for the Bombers?
No, I'm a power supporter, mate.
Okay. Well, Good on you, Vince. I appreciate your determination.
Well done, Vince.
Well done.
I still don't believe you. Hello, Dave.
I do.
Rowey, you have to stop talking in extremes, mate.
Well, what have I done now?
Well, you said no one would have watched the game from start to finish. And if you're a tragic Essendon member like I am, who's had a sad 20 years of following the team, I still sat there and watched it from start to finish.
I see. No, I'm not questioning your honesty, but I don't think you watched every second of that game.
Why would you question, Dave?
Yeah, I did. I watched every quarter. Between quarters, I might have got up and got a drink, but yes, I watched the whole game.
All right. Yeah.
Going through a rough patch, Dave. It's not great, is it?
They are just... Well, they've got a lot of injuries.
Massive. And I'd love Brad Scott coming out and saying, I'm not using that as...
No, he doesn't.
So I'm really happy with that, because that's a mentality you've got to go forth with.
Okay. Thanks, Dave. I believe you, mate. Only joshing.
Let's go.
Hello, Warwick.
Oh, g'day, boys. Not the topic I was talking about, but just quickly, the best thing about last night's game was that the British Open was an option for us to watch.
Yeah, I watched a bit.
Yeah. What I was wondering, I didn't know if you guys had happened to see the Fremantle CEO, Simon Garlick's comments about the father-son rule yesterday. He basically said it has no place in the modern game anymore, and he doesn't think it feels right.
I don't disagree.
I say nuts to that.
Yeah.
No, I say nuts to that because I think it's the one bit of romance we have left in our game, and I don't begrudge any club. It doesn't matter where they finish on the ladder. If they're lucky enough to get a player through the father-son rule, well, good on them. It's just their luck. There's some hits, there's some misses. It's just the way it goes. It all swings around.
Yeah, well, it's not because the rules for all clubs are different.
It varies state to state.
You can play one game in the VFL for Essendon and you can have a father-son. One game.
And we've got to play...
200.
Port Adelaide have to play 200 between a certain amount of years.
And so do the Crows.
Crows have to play 200 between a certain amount of years. Yeah. For some reason, WA have to play 150.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Through a certain amount of years. So
it's ridiculous.
It's just out. If you got an even playing field with that matrix, I'll be happy.
Agree. Yeah. And then I still think you got to bid for him in the end. It's got to come at a cost.
I do understand Simon Garlick's comment, though.
Yeah.
It's a professional sport with a draft system, and I reckon he's on the right track of where the game's going.
How would you feel if your Freo's only father-son player on the list, Jaron Carr?
Well, I'll tell you.
Your CEO saying that about it. That's how you got picked up.
Yeah, but if it was, say, my son, sometimes it's better for him to go elsewhere and play elsewhere. Be their own person. So
everything has to come at a cost.
Your son did exactly that.
Well, he wasn't father-son. I actually played for the Crows, but he didn't qualify.
He could have played for Nord.
Father-son Nord, yeah, no.
He didn't.
His mum said, I'm not driving him to Nord. That's why that happened. Ruston Rose, Fat Gut Shiraz. Well, she didn't. We lived at Henley. He went to Sacred Heart and Nord. And Jody said,
but Jimmy was his own man. He wanted to play with his mates.
He was. Yeah. And I love him for that. Ruston Rose, Fat Gut Shiraz. No wonder he's blubbergasted.
What the?
Is that a word?
Wow.
Who said that?
That is just rude, Brenton. Brenton, come on and say that to my face.
That's very nice.
It's quite funny. Hello, Andrew.
G'day, boys. How are you?
Hey, Andrew.
As an Essendon supporter and a member, I decided I was going to stay at the workshop last night, work on my race car. I didn't watch it or listen.
Good.
Okay. Yeah, good. Didn't expect much, Andrew. They had a dip, and unfortunately, just
the second half was better.
Apparently, I read a few comments on the Essendon website being feeding this morning, and they said that there was a better effort. But the question that I've got is, admittedly, there's a lot of injuries there. We got 5 new players, which really haven't done pre-season, don't know the system. The rest of them should. And it just doesn't seem to be... Yeah. There's no cohesion there at all.
Yeah, you're right, Andrew. Hey, here's a good text. Worked for the Corns boys going to another club. Yes, it did, John. That's a great point, didn't it?
It can.
Of course it can.
Be your own person.
That's it.
All right, it's bang on 4:30. Headlines coming up. We'll cross to Port Adelaide's assistant coach, Josh Carr, very shortly, and the Crows team selection will drop.
The FIVEAA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G. This is 5AA News. Always Adelaide.
Good afternoon, I'm Kendall Brettig. Emergency crews say a light plane crash in the New South Wales Snowy Mountains was not survivable. A hero, Jack Russell, has saved her owners from a huge fire at their Unley Park home. Extreme sportsman Felix Baumgartner has died in a motorised paragliding accident in Italy. He was 56. And Essendon has decided to part ways with fitness boss Sean Murphy after a wretched run with injuries. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Afternoon, quite busy in the usual spots today, including South Road at Mile End. Also just got word of a smash at Keswick on South Road near Everard Avenue. Probably making things worse there today. Templars Hill Road is unusually heavy this afternoon. She is super slow and quite busy at the moment. Anzac Highway at the Marion Road intersection for those upgrade works for the intersection. Cameras Murray Street, Tanunda and Oakley Road at McLaren Flat. Celebrate 70 years of Disneyland Resort with all new Disney discs now at Woolworths and Big W. There's 40 Disney discs to collect. Start collecting today. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Clear tonight and a shower or two tomorrow with a high of 15. At the moment, 13. More news at 5 o'clock on 5AA, always Adelaide.
5AA Winter Breakfast. Tom Wren and Jade Robran.
I'm so glad to have her back in the studio with me this morning. I'm talking about Jade Robran, and someone who played with your legendary uncle is, of course, your father.
Good morning, Dad.
Oh, Jado and Tom. He was very well respected, and I'd just like to thank everybody and rest in peace, Baz.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks.
Love you.
Weekday mornings from 6 on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
Steinborner has done it again. The Jack T9 Ute has landed at Jack Motors in Gawler. Enjoy a 5-star ANCAP safety rating, 7-year unlimited K warranty, 7-year roadside assist and 7-year capped price servicing. The Jack T9 impresses with a turbocharged diesel engine, 4x4 dual-range transmission, 3-tonne towing capacity, and it can easily handle a full-size Aussie pallet with a 1,045-kilo payload. All this from $39,990 drive away. Jack Motors. It's well worth the trip. Gawler, Barossa and Clare, or at gawlerjackmotors.com.au.
Hello, this is Roger from Optical by National Pharmacies.
Hey, is there a 20% off sale?
There's no sale.
Oh, I missed it.
No, you can still save 20%.
What?
It's just not a sale.
Then what is it?
It's just 20% off frames, lenses and sunglasses.
So like a sale?
Yeah.
Oh.
Not really.
Oh.
You just need a National Pharmacies membership. You can join in store today.
Oh, a membership.
Yeah, with Optical by National Pharmacies, you've got this. Terms and conditions apply.
When you book a hearing test with Can-Do Hearing, you'll be seen by an accredited audiologist. Can-Do Hearing is South Australian, and we're not owned by a hearing aid manufacturer. This means we only recommend what's going to work for you, and your options are almost endless. Plus the extra bonus? Our profits go to Can-Do for Kids, supporting local kids living with hearing and vision loss. Book an appointment with Can-Do Hearing today. candohearing.com.au. That sounds better.
Baby on board sticker, Play-Doh under his nails, random rubber duck in his pocket. Mark's not exactly what you picture when I say property investor. But all that changed the day he did a quick online equity check with Westpac. And would you believe it? He had enough in his current home for a deposit on another one. And you might too. Search Westpac Equity Calculator today to find out if an investment property is something you're already ready for. Conditions, credit criteria, fees and charges apply.
Why are we here? What is the nature of reality? Do I really need all that data to listen to history podcasts?
Huzzah! Question everything!
Especially your telco plan. Get the data you need at low prices with Aldi Mobile.
At SEW Eurodrive, we keep Australian industry moving with innovative drive technologies and unmatched service. Our 24-hour emergency breakdown service minimises downtime to maintain productivity.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
Welcome back at 25 minutes to 5. Riley O'Brien in the studio very shortly, and we'll cross to Tasmania and we'll speak to Port Adelaide's Josh Carr. But first, the teams have dropped for the Adelaide Crows game on Sunday. Their team selection has been finalised, and Luke Pedlar will return for the Adelaide Football Club. And, of course, Nick Murray comes in to fill the shoes of Butts and Braden Cook, who are both out.
All right, Port Adelaide take on Hawthorn over there in Tasmania. Apparently there might be some inclement weather, but we'll get an update of that from the assistant coach, Josh Carr. G'day, Carrie.
Afternoon, fellas.
Joshy.
What is the bomb saying, sir? Is it going to be as wet and as windy as they've threatened?
Well, it looks like that at the moment. It's actually quite nice outside, but the weather conditions are looking pretty average tomorrow. I think it's going to be windy and wet, so it's going to be a tough game.
A wet weather game. We love it, Josh. Hey, have you picked a team accordingly?
Yeah, absolutely. We feel like the guys that have come into the team are obviously going to help us. There's obviously some pretty good players that have gone out of the side, but we feel the importance of us playing the tough game and going over here and getting the win in really tough conditions against a really good team.
I'm always a believer of the power of suggestion. So I've been thinking about feeding the narrative about. I think we're in Hawthorn's head, regardless of what injuries we got. I think we're inside their head. So it's going to be wet. It's going to be windy. If we stay in line, you know what? We're going to win this game. Is there that sort of talk going on?
Well, I think what you get a lot of confidence of what we've been up against in the past with them, and the semi-final with the team that we had in, and obviously the last couple of games have all been really tight. So we get confidence obviously from the past results that we've had, but there's a long time between those games, and their preparation will be obviously first rate going into this game with what they've got planned for.
Josh, 6 games left. How much of an eye do you have on next year?
No, look, obviously I think every assistant coach first of all, when they're planning to be a senior coach, they're always preparing and doing what they can to be better and get better. So that's no different from myself. But there's 6 games to go, and right now and in the season, if we go out to win every one of those, who knows what might happen. So. For me, it's about doing my job well, and as a midfield coach, that's what I'm doing now.
And that's a given. But I was thinking more along: is there anyone on your list that you need to look at? Will you go down a selection of no, as it always is, selection integrity? You pick your best team regardless. We don't need to look at anyone. That will happen if they earn their spot. So, is there anyone on your list you want to expose to a game before the season's out?
Well, anyone that plays well, Rowey. Okay. That's the way I want to look at it. I think, like Ken's the coach, and, us as assistant coach, we pick the best team every week, and, the guys that play well will get rewarded. So, if there's young guys that are playing in the Magpies, it's up to them to get better and improve their game so that, when they come in, they can play AFL football. Yeah. I never really want to bring anyone in that's not ready for it. I think it's important that they get their form and be rewarded with that to be brought into the AFL team.
Yeah, and it is a tough time now because that's on field, and I get that, and that's the way you got to do it, and Ken's still got the reins, but you've had to make a couple of tough calls. One of them was your premiership teammate in Chad Corns. That would have been a tough one, Josh.
Yeah, it was. It was obviously a really tough conversation. He's obviously a great mate of mine, and also, with what he's given the club, first as a player and one of the greats of, modern AFL history, and then as a coach, his last 10 years, pouring his heart and soul into that. So, yeah, tough conversation. I guess for myself, coming in with fresh ideas, I thought it was important that we get some, fresh faces in with those new ideas.
Who's next?
With
any decisions, is that it, or we're expecting more, or because you're going to be working hammer and tong at getting your team for next year, aren't you?
Yeah, well, look, right now, we do have the season to play out. Obviously, Chad was probably in a different situation, with right now, and I just, felt like I needed to give him that time to go search for whatever's next.
Yeah, okay. You sit on list management meetings, no doubt. What's the 1 or 2 things you've told them that you want other than Wanganeen Miller?
The best players in the competition.
Yeah, good answer.
Get them all.
Good answer.
Yeah, that's it. Well, we work together as a recruiting group, I guess, list management with, Cripper leading the charge, and there's lots of conversations that are had with what we feel like we need. So we're out there looking all the time, trying to make the club better.
Hey, Josh, you mentioned about form. Dylan Williams, he switches from back. He's played back for probably 2.5 years. He goes forward, kicks 7. He's a very clever player. We know that. You're rewarding that effort. So he'd sort of take the Willie Rioli role?
Yeah, look, he obviously got drafted as a forward and has been stuck back for a few years, and we saw a bit of freshness for him to go forward, and Hamish put him forward and he kicked those 7 goals. So it's nice to bring him into the team. Obviously reward for effort from last week, and Yeah, we think, there's obviously with Willie going out, we feel like Dylan's quite smarter in those goals and can fill that void.
Logan Evans, I know he's sort of been in and out this year. What are his work-ons? Because he's a kid that I reckon he does a lot of stuff that I like.
Yeah, he does a lot of stuff that we all like, Timmy. For Logan, there's probably been a bit of consistency this year. He had such a great, obviously back half of the year last year, coming to the team, and has had his challenges this year, which I think is okay for him. It's something for him to be able to work through and get a bit more consistent with the ball in hand and his contests and in all parts of his games. Really, it's just for him, it's building that resilience together to play consistent games.
Meady comes back in after a couple of games in the SANFL and getting hold of the footy. Will he play on ball or will he go back to that role that he was playing prior to getting dropped?
Yeah, look, he'll go inside tomorrow. I play a little bit more midfield. That's the ideal situation for Meady is that we feel like his best footy is inside. It's just been tough with the mids that we've had in there this year. So there's opportunity this week for him to go in there and play that position where his number one strength is. We're looking forward to it as coaches. To be able to give him that opportunity.
God, you were a competitive mongrel, a bloody good player. You did everything in and around the rules to put your opponent off. Whether it was tagging or just playing on them, it was just part of your DNA. Will you encourage that with your style? Because I don't know whether I've seen it creep in with Jason Horne-Francis and Zach Butters, and I bloody loved it, by the way. the take they had with
Harley Reid.
Harley Reid, and Zach Butters just one out 9 deep, just shoot this goblet at him. Do you curb that? Do you want to encourage that? Do you want that to be part of your DNA? Do you want to be, I don't know, what's the word, Josh, unsociable?
Oh, look, it's, something we can talk further, I guess, Rowey at the end of the year. But what I will say is, there's an expectation, with us as a footy club, with the way that you play the game, being super competitive, and naturally guys like Butsy, Jace, Harley Reid, it just comes out in these games. So you can never not have enough of them, I reckon. You love to have those guys in your team, and I'll be doing my best to get as many as I can.
That's a yes. Oh, yeah, Timmy, look at the smile on our faces. And he had a little giggle. Yeah. That's a bloody yes.
Hey, Josh, Lear and Lear and Ollie, they're obviously, like most players, you play with something, but they're going to have to finish the year out with their ailments.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think you touched on it then, Timmy. I think most football clubs will be carrying something especially when you get into finals. Like everyone's got a little niggle here, niggle there. So, it's the professional players that look after themselves, that get themselves through. But when they run out on a Saturday or a Sunday, they're 100% and they've got themselves ready to go.
When we have beaten Hawthorn, what areas do we win?
Well, I think getting the ball inside our forward 50 is probably the most important part. And then holding it there. Like we know the way they like to move the footy. They like to get it out to that open side and play that fast, attacking brand of football. So for us, it's about getting inside forward 50, but not letting it out and obviously scoring.
Excellent, mate. Well, all the best in Tasmania. Get the 4 points. Come on home, and we'll speak to you again.
Thanks, fellas. Thanks for having me.
Well done, Josh.
Josh Carr, assistant coach, midfield coach for the Port Adelaide Football Club.
Do you subscribe to that a way a coach played or his DNA, his competitiveness or his mongrel or his skill or his all that ends up being the DNA and the reflection of the team?
Not always.
Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I know what you're trying to say. Not always, but what I will say is they definitely become a reflection of what you want.
Yes.
And speaking...
He was very clear there.
Speaking with Neil Baum today and just hearing the way he was talking about certain players, I asked him about certain players that he coached and worked with and the like, and the way he went about things, you could definitely see what he reflected came out in his team. Yep. So it's very similar. Damien Hardwick, I think we've already seen that he is sick and tired of the Gold Coast just thinking that they're making up the numbers. He'd had a gutful of that.
Well, they're super competitive now.
He called him out.
He's got that
called him out last year in a press conference and said this club has to grow the F up.
Yep.
And he was sick and tired of it. So he set that pattern. So he's the leader.
They are.
He's the leader. Back to my power of suggestion, he was suggesting that that's no longer good enough.
Yeah, that's right.
So they will become a reflection of that message.
Yeah, and make no mistake, if Josh was unsociable, Port will be. And what did he say? I'll get more of them, as many as I can get.
I'll get more of them. Do like that.
I do like that.
Yeah. So the 3 changes for Port Adelaide, we know Rosie's out, Horne-Francis out, Rowey out, and Logan Evans comes in with Jackson Mead and Dylan Williams. And 3 changes for the Hawks as well for the same game. McDonald comes in, Jack Scrimshaw comes in, and Mitch Lewis, the first time since his ACL at AFL level, just over a year ago now. And out of the side, Marby Chol, Jath and Mackenzie. So a few big outs there for the Hawks. So we'll see how that plays out.
But a few talls as well, which doesn't really matter come the conditions.
We've got a text here. Can you do the Gold Coast team? Is Sam Collins and Lockie Weller out?
So they're not playing. They've been ruled out due to some injuries of their own. So Took Miller already, we know, is out with a hamstring. Lockie Weller's been taken out of the side with a cork. And Sam Collins, who was looking to return from his calf, has still not got up. So he won't play either. So their changes
are... So that's a key defender that's pretty important to them.
Yeah, so Leo Lombard is their number 9 pick. He'll come in for his 3rd AFL game. And Ben Jepson on debut, who, funnily enough, played with and still rooms with Matt Rowell and Noah Anderson in the school days, and Nick Dacos. So he's come from good stock, that college he played with a few years ago, and he's getting a shot at AFL footy.
They cannot win without 3 key defenders. Boom, bang, Sam Brown.
I can't play the Thunderclouds either. It's 13-5. Thanks to Sharman Shelving, who've moved their showroom next door to the big white building, still at 412 North East Road.
Afternoon, roads looking quite busy for the drive home at a few spots, including South Road, Mile End. Quite chockers there, making that worse. Got a crash just in at Keswick South Road near Everard Avenue. Tapley's Hill Road surprisingly busy at Glenelg North at the moment, and we're surprisingly slow the intersection of Anzac Highway and Marion Road, probably due to those intersection works. Cameras the Esplanade, Aldinga Beach and Grants Gully Road at Clarendon. Freedom's flash sale is on now. Get 25% off store-wide, in-store and online. But hurry, sale must end Monday. You don't want to miss this, only at Freedom. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
Join Rowey and Timmy G in the studio every afternoon with 5AA's live video stream of the Sports Show. Visit Stillwell Hyundai Nailsworth and take a test drive today to find your perfect Hyundai car. Main North Road, Nailsworth.
Visit Jarvis Toyota's brand new undercover home in Brighton Road, Somerton Park, and take advantage of savings across the Toyota certified pre-owned range. Enjoy the same feeling you get with a new Toyota at Jarvis Toyota, with all certified pre-owned vehicles tested and backed by Toyota, including a full service history and 90-point safety check. Toyota certified pre-owned in a class of its own. Come and experience the difference at the new Jarvis Toyota, Brighton Road, Somerton Park.
You wake up and you're feeling a bit off. Your nose is runny, but maybe it's just a cold. That scratchy throat, though, that could be something worse.
Test for COVID, Flu A, Flu B and RSV in just minutes with Cell Life, the premium 4-in-1 rapid antigen test. Fast, reliable results. Make the smart choice for your health and your family. Insist on the brand the healthcare professionals prefer. Cell Life at leading chemists and Amazon. CELLIFE.
Well, thank you, Joe. We're getting some solid feedback today. Stephen, capital letters. Stephen, if I hear DNA again, I'll spew up. Is that another one I do?
Keywords. You got told off for using work-ons before.
Joe, I'm going to have a good hard look at myself when I wear a Cooper's Ugly Christmas jumper.
Well, you got a chance here to score yourself a Cooper's Ugly jumper with Sip and Save.
Yep, you do. Simply purchase any participating, Joe, 24-pack of Cooper's beer. You look like you might be a sparkling ale kind of girl.
Well,
that's 5.8%. That's the red one. She'd look great in a red Cooper's Ugly Christmas jumper, wouldn't you? Get the 3 tokens, you collect them, boom, pick one.
There you go. How about this for a great Sip and Save deal to get you going? Cooper's Pale Ale, 24-pack, bottles, just $58.99. You can always expect more at Sip and Save, more deals, more range, more service.
Yep, that's it. Prices may vary in country areas, available while stocks last, T's and C's apply. Find them at sipandsave.com.au. And Joe, please drink responsibly.
Finding the best schools and teachers in my area, discovering new extracurriculars, plus back-to-school advice. Education updates. That's news to me. Visit The Advertiser today.
There's one word that should be deleted forever. It transcends language, culture, geography, status, and it doesn't discriminate. That word is cancer, and until we can delete it, we're going to treat it. Lift Cancer Care is dedicated to offering additional cancer services to complement your existing treatment plan. We collaborate closely with your medical team to achieve the best outcomes for your diagnosis. So, if you or a loved one are ever struck with the C word, think of the L word first. liftcancercare.com.au.
Kangaroo Island. It's closer than you think. Wilder than you know. More than you imagined. This winter, get a free night on selected 3 and 4 night stays. Book your Kangaroo Island ferry and accommodation at sealink.com.au or call 13 13 01 today. Terms and conditions apply.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
It's 9 minutes to 5. Riley O'Brien's going to join us in the studio at 5 o'clock, so you can jump on the Ranella Hyundai live stream on Facebook and YouTube to watch on the program. And give us a call now if you'd like to get along to the Let's Go SA Caravan and Outdoor Sale. We have a family pass to give away. It is next week at the Adelaide Showgrounds, July 24 to 27. So if you want your tickets, call in now, 8223 0055, or head online.
I've got a text here. Who's the fella that comes into the studio from the Crows all the time? Question mark, Michelle. It's Riley O'Brien.
It's coming in.
It's Rob
soon.
At 5 o'clock, the big hooah. Now, we had a sad passing, a treasure. You hosted the Carbine Club and you interviewed Neil Baum and you asked him about the great man, Barry Robran.
It was funny. He said, you know how people sort of carried on, he never went to the VFL and all that. He said, there was no real point in him going to the VFL. He said, look, he probably the offers he would have got, there was hardly any money. He said the clubs were broke. Yeah. He said they were all buying each other's players and the like and trying to get the best from WA and the best from SA. He said...
It was really inflationary, wasn't it?
He said it wouldn't have been, for a cost of living and relocating and all the rest of it, wouldn't have been a great financial advantage for Barry to go. Yeah. He said, and besides that, Barry didn't want to go.
No. Well, he was loyal. Of the... Oh, God, I love him. Hello, Brett at Hillbank.
G'day, Brett.
Brett. Hey, Brett.
Bit of problem with our phones today.
That's okay. Here's one from John. I hope Rob has good news about his new contract at the Crows. Now, we're led to believe the Crows have offered him a little bit more bees and honey.
Oh, do we?
Now, remember, every fortnight we're allowed to ask Rob. So this is the fortnight.
All right, good.
So we'll do that. Hey, Matty Nix had his press release and he spoke about the Suns and the challenge that they possess.
We know the challenge that comes with that as well, that we're playing against a team here that do score and they do go fast when they get a chance. They've got some really talented players that move the ball very well and they go at speed. They're as quick as any team in the competition.
Well, they are. They're very, very good forward to centre. They do win centre square. They do lock it in their forward half and they can score quickly from stoppage. And why would you not with Rowell and Anderson? I mean, two guns. Miller is a massive out. Nixie went on to speak about their threats.
We study them and we know them inside out, and there's a lot, as you mentioned. Rowell that's playing through there, and Miller going out's a really important one for him, what he's been able to do with them, and Anderson. And so it's not an individual player that we look at, it's a team. But within that team, who does impact the game and who's really important to them.
And the other good news is Matt Crouch is back. So 8 weeks with the groin. He's going to come back through the sample. I'd suggest they might nurse his game time.
Yeah,
but, God, if you get a month of footy into him, 6 games left, get 2 games before finals. Now, I know Berry's doing well and I know Rankin's been through there, but
he gets leather poisoning, doesn't he?
He gets leather poisoning. Have a listen.
It'll be, where's Matty at? How's he feeling? It'll be us having a conversation around what's best for him, probably first. To see where his body's at, and then the team, and is the opportunity there for him to come in and make us even better. It's an exciting time for us actually to have, Matty, he feels great at the moment. The footy stuff's going to challenge him to change of direction, but we're looking forward to getting him back.
Well, he's certainly got some work-ons, but it's in his DNA that he... Oh, it was a joke.
Oh, you.
Come on. Hello, Brett.
Yeah, g'day, boys.
Hello,
Brett.
mate.
Yeah, g'day, boys. Look, sorry I couldn't ring up the other night. I was a little bit upset with the passing of the great man, and as you know, I'm a passionate North Adelaide supporter, have been all my life. I'll tell you a story about Barry. I was at the Roosters one day, Prospect, watching the game. I can't remember who was playing, but North obviously was. Barry was working the souvenir stand. So I went up there and I said, "G'day, Barry. I was wondering whether you could sign my North Adelaide jumper for me." And he looked at me and he said, "Why on earth would you want my signature?" And I said to him, I said, well, because my father told me you were the best player he's ever seen. And Barry then said to me, he said, is your father here today? And I said, no, he's not. He's at home. He's not very well. And he said, well, you tell your father that I'm glad that I gave him some enjoyment. And I said, I will tell him that.
Too humble, Brett.
Humble guy, brilliant guy and a humble guy, mate. But what a guy, what a legend.
Yeah. Well, he was for years on the books, and he did a lot of volunteer work at North. And Jars used to tell me when Jars was the coach, he'd get up and he'd put the pads on the goalposts, and then he'd go and put the Coke in the bloody cafeteria, and then he'd dribble out the front. And I mean,
because he never wanted to rate himself above anybody else. And I think that sort of, he said, I'll do this. And somebody told me today that they had to meet with Barry, and he knew all about them before they got there. And he said he did all the homework on me. And I said, I'll tell you why he did it. He didn't want the attention on him. He wants to deflect and talk about you, because he's more interested in you than he is himself. And that's the selflessness of the man that he did, and respected all those around him, his family, number one, and then his football club. So
just a treasure.
Incredible, really. 3 minutes to 5. We have the news coming up here on 5AA, and then it's Riley O'Brien joining us live in studio.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
Look at your hands. 5 digits, 14 joints, 27 bones, multiple tendons and nerves, but a lot can go wrong. If you're experiencing hand pain, it can drastically affect your lifestyle. If it's happening to you, get in touch with GRIP, a specialised hand and wrist practice with a team of highly qualified hand surgeons and therapists. From therapy to surgery, GRIP can help you get to the source of the pain and provide a solution. Visit gripsurgery.com.au.
Get 2 Specsavers hearing aids for the price of none. You heard right. $0 cost to you. Specsavers has got you covered. So book a hearing appointment today. Conditions apply under the Australian Government Hearing Services Program. Standard range only.
We all want to save on energy costs. Go Harvey Norman for the latest in energy-efficient appliances. Upgrade now and get bonus gift cards. Westinghouse 8-kilo washer, just $694, plus bonus gift card. LG 530-litre quad-door fridge, now under $2,200, plus bonus gift card. Bosch 14-place freestanding dishwasher, huge value, $1,347, plus bonus gift card. Don't miss bonus gift cards with selected appliances at Harvey Norman now. Conditions and exclusions apply.
Snooze members save up to 40% off mattresses and up to 30% off bed frames. Hurry, the Snooze member event ends Sunday. Exclusions, T's and C's apply.
It's amazing what a little snooze can do.
If you're building a home, the Selector Homes Display Village is a great place to start. Your ideas and imagination will flow. There's nothing else quite like it in Adelaide. Different homes for different lifestyles, all in the one location. Walk through the sanctuary. It's simply stunning, with an incredible Jarrah facade, polished concrete floors and a sensational use of space. Explore the Selector Homes and Building Solutions Display Village, Port Wakefield Road, Burton. Visit selectorhomes.com.au.
The Royal Edinburgh Military Tattoo rolls into Brisbane with a spectacular opening night on February 12th. With over 1,000 performances, it's easy to understand why it's recognised as the greatest show on earth. Holiday Wonders are offering you the chance to be at the opening show on our Train to the Tattoo door-to-door guided 8-day package tour. It includes travel from Adelaide to Brisbane on the Great Southern Train, accommodation, meals and sightseeing. Call Holiday Wonders now for details on this trip of a lifetime.
It's Christmas in July at Wayville Hyundai. With every car delivered this month, we'll donate $100 straight to the Salvation Army Red Shield Appeal, so your new Hyundai helps Aussies in need. Plus, we're inviting you to join us by popping a donation under our Christmas tree so we can pass it on to Salvation Army. Head to our website to see how you can help make a difference. Visit wayvillehyundai.com.au and change the way you Hyundai at Wayville Hyundai.
The news and information that matters. This is 5AA News. Always Adelaide.
Clear tonight, a shower or two tomorrow with a high of 15. With the 5 o'clock news, I'm Kendall Brettig. Police have found a vehicle during a renewed search around Garden Island for the remains of Melissa Trussell, who disappeared 25 years ago. A section of the front grille has been retrieved to help with identification of the vehicle. Further inquiries are being carried out by Major Crime to determine whether it's connected to the murder of Rosemary Brown and suspected murder of Melissa. A body has now been found in the wreckage of a light plane which crashed in the New South Wales Snowy Mountains. Hugh Phillips has more.
The aircraft was conducting a private flight from Wangaratta in Victoria when it went missing over the Kosciuszko National Park. An extensive search located the aircraft in mountainous terrain on Thursday afternoon. New South Wales Police are now working with investigators to gather evidence on what may have caused the deadly crash despite facing treacherous conditions.
Very steep, a lot of snow. Very difficult to get to.
The Australian Transport Safety Bureau is expected to provide an update in 2 months with the release of its preliminary report.
The founder of wardrobe company Packers, Jeff Packer, and his wife Helen have escaped their burning Unley Park home overnight thanks to their dog Vivian. The Jack Russell alerted them to the fire, which started in the garage. Neighbour Scott Fox has told Seven they were lucky to get out in time.
It was raging. It was pretty hard. Like by the time we got the hose happening, put a bit of water on the side of the house, it was 10-foot tall flames.
The Packers have lived there for 25 years. Their granddaughter Maisie is married to power captain Connor Rowey. There have been emotional scenes in a Victorian court after a man on trial for the murder of Hannah Maguire changed his plea. Alexa Riddell reports.
Lachlan Young has today pleaded guilty to murdering his ex-girlfriend Hannah Maguire in April 2024. At the beginning of the trial, Young admitted that he killed his ex-partner, but his defence team argued that it was unplanned and spontaneous and therefore wasn't murder. After more than a week of evidence from the prosecution, he changed his mind, admitting he murdered the 23-year-old in Ballarat before dumping her body in a car and setting it on fire in Scarsdale. In court today, Ms Maguire's family and supporters wiped away tears, cheered and embraced as Young entered his plea. He'll now return to court at a later date for sentencing.
Young is separately charged with 6 counts of intimidation and witness harassment. He'll face those charges in court next month. Cybersecurity experts say a data breach targeting Clive Palmer's political parties is a reminder any organisation which holds a large amount of data will be a target. The United Australia Party and Trumpet of Patriots have revealed there was unauthorised access to their servers and emails, electronic records and other information may have been taken. While Qantas could be forced to compensate 6 million customers affected by a data breach if found liable for failing to protect their privacy, legal firm Maurice Blackburn has lodged a complaint with the Office of the Australian Commissioner, claiming the airline lost control of the personal information of its customers. 16-year-olds in the UK will soon be able to cast their vote. The UK government announcing plans to lower the voting age in time for the next election. Prime Minister Keir Starmer defending the landmark reform, saying young people who are old enough to work and pay taxes are old enough to vote. Now turning to 5AA Sport.
At Barossa Valley Volkswagen, you can take a real test drive. barossavolkswagen.com.au.
The Crows have made 2 changes ahead of their clash against Gold Coast at the Adelaide Oval on Sunday. Defender Nick Murray and forward Luke Pedlar have made the final 23-man team. Murray will feature in his first AFL game since round 7 after knee surgery, and Pedlar's back for the first time since round 14. While Gold Coast coach Damien Hardwick says losing Tuke Miller to a hamstring injury is a huge blow for the Suns.
Anytime you take out one of the best players in the competition, it's hard. So he's irreplaceable. There's no other player, I think, in the league close to Tuke can run both ways and the way he goes about his football. So, look, he's irreplaceable, so we won't replace a like for like. It'll be a different look for us in that midfield mix.
Well, the Power have a tough task against Hawthorn tomorrow in Launceston. Jackson Mead, Dylan Williams and Logan Evans have all come into the side, replacing Willie Rioli, Connor Rosey and Jason Horne-Francis. And Essendon has decided to part ways with fitness boss Sean Murphy after a string of injuries this season. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Afternoon, busy in a few spots for the drive home. South Road at Mile End, so Donald Bradman Drive quite busy. You're driving towards the airport at Hilton. Brisbane. Also, Tapley's Hill Road, pretty busy. Acklenelg North. And look out for exit Wychhaven North East Road near Dale Avenue tonight. Cameras, where are they? I wrote them down earlier on my desk. I really should clean up my desk. Here they are, Murray Street, Tanunda and CV Road, McLaren Vale. The IKEA sale is now on. Enjoy up to 60% off hundreds of products. Head in-store or to ikea.com.au before everyone finds out. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Clear tonight and a shower or two tomorrow, a high of 15. Partly cloudy on Sunday, 17. Then a shower or two on Monday, 18. At the moment, 13. Now let's hear what's happening on 9 News tonight.
I'm Brenton Raglis. Tonight, new leads in a cold case spark a fresh search for a missing teen feared murdered. How a pet dog saved its elderly owners from an Unley Park house fire. See the moment a kiss cam at a Coldplay concert exposes a workplace affair. And the Suns coach makes a big statement about the Crows. 9 News. Your news. 9:36 on 9 and on 9 Now.
In Adelaide and across South Australia, this is 5AA. Always Adelaide. The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
It's 6 minutes after 5 here on our Footy Friday, all thanks to Rusden Wine. Still to come on the show, Andrew Bogut, who's been recently inducted into the FIVEAA Hall of Fame. We've got Terry McAuliffe coming up, and the captain of the Adelaide Thunderbirds ahead of their semi-final, Hannah Petty. And don't miss your chance to win our tickets to give away to that sold-out final at the Adelaide Entertainment Centre, plus your calls for a bottle of Rusden Black Gut Shiraz. Just before we get to our guest here live in studio on the Renella Hyundai live stream, the North Adelaide Football Club have just released a message of gratitude from the Robran family. It reads as such: a message of gratitude from the Robran family. During the time of grief and sorrow, we are overwhelmed by the many kind and thoughtful words and memories being shared about our beloved Barry. A sincere thanks to the Australian football community and public for reaching out to us, both privately and publicly. We take solace in the knowledge that Barry's impact and influence on so many was so great in such a positive way. We would also like to offer our deep gratitude and thanks to the professional and compassionate staff at Calvary Adelaide Hospital's Emergency Department. As a loving and caring husband, father, grandfather and uncle, Barry made us very proud. His loss will have a profound impact on us all, and we will miss him dearly. Those who knew him appreciated his humility, reflected in a preference to let his achievements speak for themselves. We'll be following Barry's wishes for a small private family funeral. Our sincere thanks to the Premier Peter Malinauskas and the people of South Australia for the offer that we have respectfully declined for a state service. With much love and gratitude, the Robran family.
Well, in true Barry Robran style, he came into this world as a absolute superstar. He didn't want to live like one. He wanted to live it with humility, and he did. And he's going to go out just as Barry Robran.
Like
the father, the grandfather, the husband, the teammate,
As
the legend.
disappointing it is for thousands of people that would have wanted to go to a state service funeral. That is Barry.
That's him.
And Barry lives and dies the way Barry wanted to, and that is under the radar.
Yeah.
Unreal.
So again, to the family, our deepest condolences.
Yeah.
For Harvey Norman Clearance Centre, cooking appliances, washing machines, TVs, dishwashers and more. They are at 919 Marion Road, Marion. It's time to welcome this man.
Crows big man Riley O'Brien.
You up the OG! Riley O'Brien!
On the 5AA Sports Show.
You'd have known and heard of the great man, Barry Robran?
I have. I never got to see him play, obviously, before my time, but seen the statue at Adelaide Oval and heard some great things. So I wish I did get to see him play.
Yeah, lovely, lovely man. Well done. Butsy, is he okay? Can we start there? Is he home? What's the latest?
Yeah, he's okay. He drove back to Adelaide, I think, yesterday.
Well, somebody drove him, sure.
Yeah, somebody drove him. He probably...
So he's home.
He's back, I believe. So he was in hospital for a few days. I went and visited him, and he had a big tube hanging out of his ribs, and not much fun.
No.
In a room with a few others,
It's still a mystery. Did he describe how it happened, or when he first started feeling?
I think it was when he got struck, but there was no broken ribs or anything like that. So it was obviously a bit of a freak accident. They say it's pretty rare for the lung to go without a rib or something breaking. So
a
bit of a freak accident, and
so no broken ribs.
No broken ribs, but just a
collapsed lung.
A collapsed lung. Yeah, and so he's had a few issues with that. They've been trying to discharge him all week, and he finally got out. Yeah.
So Butsy does think it was the
push,
the fend. Would you call it a forceful fend? A forceful fend?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, without. I don't think I asked all the details, but I think it was on one of those incidents, and it obviously wasn't much. You know, that happens 100 times a game, and you wouldn't ever notice it.
Okay.
Let alone get a bruise. But
well, let's move on, Rob. 2 in, 2 out. Muzz is back and Peds is back, which is great. I owe you a public apology.
Wow, what for?
Okay, well, let me work through this.
It's a list. There's a lot of people on it, so just bear with him.
I was off the calling because my voice wasn't strong enough. Campo was in Melbourne, and I did special comments. And part of special comments is you do the 3, 2, 1.
I actually tuned in because I wanted to hear your special comments.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm a bit old school. It's not my thing. It's not my thing, but anyway. I squeezed you out of the 3, 2, 1. I went Phil Thorpe with... Yeah, I know.
Oh.
Well, in reflection, that's what I'm coming to. In reflection.
Ain't going down well.
No, it didn't. And I got chastised by Campo not long after the 3, 2, 1, who texted me, what? Rob not in your 3, 2, 1. I went Phil Thorpe with 6.
Definitely 3, yep.
Curtin second half, I just elevated him to a 2. The role he had to play in defence.
He was awesome.
He was. I did, and I had Dawson 1. If you just go through his numbers, but then on reflection, I looked at yours: 17 disposals, 8 marks, 6 contested, and again, you did go back and take some real timely clunking defensive marks. 42 hit outs, 12 to advantage.
Would have done that over 4 quarters, wouldn't he?
Your bunny again is. Old mate, you gave him a touch up, so I do apologise because on reflection, I probably should have given you 1. So sorry.
That's okay, mate. They're all worthy names in there, so I'm happy to be in the running, let alone not get one. So that's okay. I'll forgive you.
Forgiving.
That is forgiving. I was kind of hoping you
no, I'm pretty happy.
I had apologised to Dawes once when he was on. He said, you don't know the game. Like, what did he say to me?
Wow.
He gave me both barrels.
He said, that's why you're not coaching, Rowey.
There's something like that.
That's a bit of a whack.
And then Timmy asked a really, really good question. He said, well, that's better. That's a more...
You know football,
Timmy, basically.
I'll have a word to him for you, Rowey, and sort him out.
Great. No, I love it. I love a bit of yin-yang, a bit of slappity-doo. Actually, people are still having a crack at me. What's this here?
Now?
Read DNA always saying it. The worst thing you do, Ro, is you say, stop it. In fact, every time I hear it, I turn off. So I'm not allowed to mention DNA, the word stop it.
Do you say stop it when something good happens?
Work-ons. All right.
That's just this week.
Okay, we're all improving all the time, Rowey. We're never a finished product. You're pretty close to being perfect, but you just got a couple of little things to work on.
He's got a few work-ons.
We all do.
Who was I talking to the other day? My wife. About you being between a 1 and a 10, and it's really good to be between a 4 and a 6.
Yeah, just stay more level,
And you reckon I'm more either a 0 or a 10.
Yeah, you ride the roller coaster a bit, Rowey, up and down, up and down.
And my wife agreed with you totally.
Yeah.
She'd like me to be more a 4 to a 6. Yeah, I said it's not in my DNA.
Yeah.
There you go, I've said it again.
Well,
so stop it, and that's a work-on for me.
It is a bit of temperament, Rowey.
I'm being everyone else off. Hey, that was an impressive win on the weekend.
It was a great win. Yeah, really well-rounded. It's a big challenge going to Marvel under the lid against the Dogs, and they've got a great side there and a great offence, and we're able to get the job done. So it was pretty impressive, Rowey.
From a spectator's point of view, and we spoke to Scott Burns last night, I said from a spectator's point of view, it really was a high-quality game to watch. And you sort of felt like, I felt like you guys just had your nose in front most of the day.
Looked the better team all day.
And then you blew it out to 32, and I thought, well, they're going to pretty heavy win here. And then they kicked 4 in a row or something to get that scoreline back to 11 points, which I thought flattered the Bulldogs.
Yeah.
A quality game. And I said to Burnsy, are you happy with it it was a shootout in a way? Are you happy with that, or could it have been a bit tighter defensively?
Yeah, definitely our plan going in was to stifle their offence and slow them down. But, I mean, Marvel under the roof can be hard for that in slowing down offence, but certainly some work to do there.
Do you go with the momentum of the game sometimes?
Yeah, a little bit. Games play out how they play out sometimes. But we gave them a few late goals, Timmy, and if we restricted those, we would have been pretty happy with our defensive work for the day. Yeah. So, but a pleasing win.
Yeah, the worry for me was a little bit of a worry, and I put this to Burns in. He said it was a bit of an outrider. They kicked 5 goals from centre square and 9-6 from stoppage.
Yeah, that was
they're big numbers.
Yeah, the two major score sources were actually our centre bouncers. They were coming out the front a little bit and scoring, and then a couple from kick-ins as well, which we've been working on as well, which is pretty rare to score goals from kick-ins, but they kicked a couple. So, yeah, some little things to tidy up there, Rowey, but we've certainly worked on that. And like you, we're a work in progress and still improving.
Suns are the number 1 team for centre square and number 2 for score from stoppage. So you're going to have your work cut out again.
Yep.
I mean, they've got some high-class run forward to stoppage type of players.
Yeah, got a great midfield,
haven't they?
Rowey, and they're very, very honest in the way they work hard both ways and where they work cut out for us. We need to stop big wits and Rowley and Noah Anderson through there, and it should be a great contest through the middle.
It was last time, wasn't it? It was a
1 point margin round 4.
Yeah, that was probably the reverse of what I just spoke about with the Bulldogs. I felt like they sort of dictated terms a bit. And you guys kept coming back, kept having a dip, kept coming back. So in the end, you probably want to reverse that role, make sure you guys are in control here.
Yeah, we were a bit stiff at the end of that game, but they probably had the run of it for most of it, especially in the first half last time. So hopefully at home this week, we are able to control the game, and we're looking forward to it.
Sorry about that. My phone just tweaked a couple of times. Tori's overseas. She's in Portugal. She said, Dad, I'm out of money. That was what that
We can't interrupt Riley O'Brien.
The joys of parenting, Rowey.
For a personal text message.
What?
Jeez.
Do I ever have my phone in here?
Yeah, quite often.
Oh, do I?
Now, Riley, you're going to have to help me here.
Yes.
We've got a unique home-style food tics. We are interactive and interactive. But this one actually said, because you mentioned about Adelaide's something they can perhaps get better at is to not tighten up when they're in the lead late.
I opened the show with, I am more confident with the Crows with 5 minutes to go being 2 goals down than I am if the Crows were 2 goals up with 5 minutes to go.
Yeah, that's a fair point, Rowey. It's a fair point. Yeah, I think something to continue working on, and I feel like we've made some strides in that. So,
and I said you can't do that until you're in that situation again.
Yeah, it's definitely a thing you learn on the go, and you learn through experience. And I think we've had some great learnings this year. Haven't been able to put into practice as much the last few weeks, but hopefully we get a chance to do that, and looking forward to it.
So on that subject matter, Steve from Mawson Lakes quickly messaged in, you might have to help me. There's a word I'm not quite sure what's going on here. If Adelaide are tightening in the final minutes, then they may tighten in finals. Get it? That's a fractal.
It's a what?
A fractal.
Not even a word.
Nah,
not even a word.
CTAL.
A fractal is a geometric shape.
Oh.
Is that what we hold up, a fractal?
Oh.
I'm not sure, guys.
I reckon
I haven't got an answer for that one.
If Riley can't help, we are out. Sorry, Steve.
Spelling mistake.
I tried.
You subscribe to that statement. You're more confident chasing a lead than protecting one. So what are you doing about that?
Don't subscribe to the fractal, but chasing. I think it's always you play FIVEAA. It's just a natural state of mind, Rowey. But it's about being disciplined enough to not fall into that trap and fall into fear when you're a little bit in front, not being able to go safe and put your weapons away and hold down the fort. It's a matter of staying brave and being able to keep playing the way you're playing. Because I remember watching even the Gold Coast game last week against Collingwood. You notice when they were up at the start of the last quarter, Collingwood came hard and Gold Coast probably did the same thing. And then when they went down, he saw the switch flick and they actually kicked a few goals and ended up winning the game. So it's a matter of maintaining that mindset, whether you're down or up, and playing the same way.
So are you told when there's 5 minutes left, there's 2 goals up, to kick up the line, play safe, don't peel that one off through a moving car door? Are you told to play differently in a different mode?
Yeah, not when it's, say, 5-10 minutes to go, but when it's, say, the last 2 or 3 minutes, you'll see a sign go up on the board for every team in the league, and that'll be a kill the game
type of sign.
Put the game away. So kick it down the line, get it out over the boundary, repeat stoppage. You'll do that. But the problem is when you go to that mode with 10 minutes to go, you just can't sustain that.
No.
And teams end up kicking goals against you. So, it's a matter of keeping to play the same way, keep being brave, keep using the ball, and not just kicking it back to them.
Okay. Do you subscribe to this statement then, the best form of defence is attack, and what got you there will get you over the line? So if you played a certain way to get you to that point, why would you change that?
Sure. No, I agree with that completely. Definitely. Yeah. And as you said, if you've got the ball in attack and you're chipping the ball around, they can't attack on you. So it certainly is the best form of defence.
Yeah, love it. See, hey. Now, where are we? Where are we? We're 20 minutes past 5. We've given you a week off last week. It's 2 weeks. Have you signed yet?
Oh, week off that. No, I haven't.
Well, we promised you fortnightly.
Did you? Oh, I can't remember that.
I'm pretty sure we did.
I think
we might have, yeah. No, but no updates
have
there,
you
Rowey.
signed?
No updates, no.
So have they come back to you with more coin?
No, haven't. I think they're in discussions and things are going on. So, mate, I'm unaware at the moment. So nothing to report from my end.
Okay. So is it more the term or the dollars?
It's a bit of the term and a bit of obviously players coming in and out. So it's a bit of that as well. So just seeing what happens in terms of player movement.
You're not in the shuff with if De Koning goes to St Kilda, St Kilda's marshal might come here, and they're looking at Draper, and because Brisbane are looking for a ruck. You're not in that shuff, are you?
The ruck merry-go-round, they call it,
Are you in the ruck?
Happens every year.
Rob, in the ruck merry-go-round?
Well, I'm only in the merry-go-round if players are obviously coming into the Crows. Yeah. But hopefully that's not the case, and then we can get it sorted pretty soon.
Okay. So have your management said to them, the Crows list management, are you looking to get a ruckman in?
Mate, those discussions are ongoing, always. So I'm sure that question's been asked.
Well, it would have to be asked.
By the manager, yeah.
And you would make a consideration on the back of that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. It's all playing into it, Rowey. So the merry-go-round's going around and spinning around.
See?
Yeah, I think more importantly, I've got some more information on fractals. Daniel's come in. Thank you, Daniel, on the unique homestyle food text. He said, I think he meant fractal poem. A fractal poem utilises patterns of repetition and self-similarity, mirroring the mathematical concept of fractals.
Too high end for this show, I reckon.
Daniel,
keep your fractal poems.
You can fractal off.
I'm fractured.
You fractured.
What?
Do we even know that?
Amazing.
He would have had to Google that, wouldn't he?
Well, I'll tell you, whatever it was good.
Anyway, Rob, brilliant. Another great game. A big test against Wits. There's no doubt about that. Starts the centre square. We know it.
Yep.
These are the two most exciting teams coming up. They both, I think, are bona fide contenders for the flag. Both gunning for top 4. They got one game less than you.
Yes.
And if things go the right way, you can just make another little gap there, because there's a lot of teams can get to 48 if they lose and win. So
100%.
It's bloody tight, isn't it?
Yeah, they're 8-point games, these ones, Rowey, against teams around the same spot as you, because obviously 4 points either way. So you can do the maths there, fractal that. And then,
fractal that, yeah.
But yeah, Big Wits is a good opponent, Rowey. He's the definition of a big hooer, is what he is. He's a mountain of a man.
Big hooer. Do you like the 4 start on a Sunday?
Well, for this game, it's probably a pretty high-stakes game. I would have liked a bit more on Broadway, probably from a fan's point of view.
Yeah.
I think there's a few games that probably aren't that exciting, getting the Broadway slots, like maybe last night's game.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's good for players. I enjoyed the time slot for me.
Oh, good.
But more from a fan's point of view, you love seeing in the blockbuster slots.
Broadway, that's a good one.
Good. Yeah, this is a bit off Broadway.
Off-Broadway. This is a definition of off-Broadway, the Sunday twilight.
Rob, brilliant. Thanks for coming in. Love your effort. Have a good one. And if I was doing special comments regardless, I'll put you in 3.
Thanks, boys. Really appreciate it.
See you, mate.
It's 23 after 5. All thanks to Harvey Norman Clearance Centre. They have cooking appliances, washing machines, dishwashers, TVs. They have got the lot at 919 Marion Road, Marion. There's a situation developing at the Gabba ahead of Friday night football. I'm going to get to that after this break.
Oh, that's a tease.
Interesting little story happening before the Lions and the Dogs match tonight. Ooh. 24 after 5. Here's your roads.
Afternoon, a crash at Kilburn to look out for. Prospect Road near Grand Junction Road. Still got some delays at Cumberland Park from an earlier smash. Goodwood Road near Narina Avenue. Also works at Ashford is slow. Anzac Highway near South Road. That's because they're demolishing that big building on the corner. And got a camera at Main Road, McLaren Vale. Every day, all around Australia, extraordinary people create moments that inspire. See them, hear them. All you have to do is nominate them at australianoftheyear.org.au. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
Crows big man Riley O'Brien joins Rowey and Timmy G each week on the 5AA Sports Show. Find out what's going on at Westlakes thanks to Harvey Norman Clearance Centre. Cooking appliances, washing machines, dishwashers, TVs and more. 919 Marion Road, Marion.
Hi, Brett Ebert here for Mawson Lakes Mazda. OK, the end of financial year might be done and dusted, but at Mawson Lakes Mazda, the deals aren't. All makes, models and colours are being cleared, no exceptions. And there's a huge range of low-K demos all ready for immediate delivery. Plus, you'll get free on roads, free stamp duty, free 12 months rego and $500 worth of accessories. Mawson Lakes Mazda, Salisbury Highway, T's and C's apply.
At Complete Care, we're more than just a care provider, we're a family. As we celebrate our 10th year, our mission remains the same, to empower our specialised team of carers and client service managers to help our seniors live independently. We provide personalised services including cleaning and home maintenance to social support and transportation. We look after you like family, offering a warm, caring touch that sets us apart. At Complete Care, we're the company with heart. Complete Care with a K.
Illusion and Ultimate Wood Heaters and Gas Log Fires massive stock inventory reduction sale. We must sell the lot. Over $10 million of Australian-made heaters must be cleared. 355 Main North Road, Enfield. illusionfires.com.au.
We've all got our favourites in life.
I do. Mine's Rusden.
And I am, well, I don't know I've had a better tawny port than Uncle Willie's.
Uncle Willie's.
Big Uncle Willie's. And it's out now.
It is.
The new
It's
batch is out. This is Rusden's we're talking about. Get yourself up the Barossa, because it's not only the fact that they do a great port, they do so many great wines, and even the Christian is a white. That's if you like the whites, they got a beautiful white there.
Well, they got the top of the shelf sand scrub. That would sit comfortably with anything like a Hill of Grace or a Grange Hermitage and all that.
That is number one.
It is elite. Down to my Rusden Black Guts, which is an everyday, ballsy, big raspberry flavoured black guts. Just get it in your guts. Oh, to a Boundaries, which is elegant.
One of the best cab salves
you'll ever drink.
Cab.
There you go. There's the Ripper Creek. There's $20 ones, 25. It's great. This is the Rusden family. They're 7th-generation grape growers. They've been in Vinevale, which is down at the Barossa, for all those years. They've got a pretty bloody good patch of dirt. Like it's elite. Their grapes are elite. Some of their vines are over 100 years old. That's why they get the great wine.
I think the experience in the cellar door does it for me, and that's why I send so many people up there, whether they be interstate or overseas.
Old school.
All of them come back to me and say, amazing, thank you very much. Actually, I was sent there. The coach of the under-18 state team, Tony Bamford, he had some mates come from Queensland because they don't know wine up there. They wouldn't have a clue. And I sent bang straight to, and he had a photo of Christian, and
brilliant,
and it was just brilliant, and just because it was beautiful weather, they sat on the balcony.
And here's the thing: you could go back 100 years, the vineyard would still look the same. You got the basket press, inch perfect, millimetre perfect. In actual fact, laser perfect is his barrel room. Actually, ask him to go into that, and when you're there, he'll open up an old one, put a straw in it, and just get it straight down your tonsils from the barrel.
I'm going now.
Done. Barossa, brilliant. Rusden, even better. Make your next red of Rusden. Check out rusdenwines.com.au.
How far would you go for your dream kitchen? And how far would you go to get 25% off? How about 15 minutes up the freeway to Balhanna Kitchens by Design? To the largest showroom in the Adelaide Hills. Custom build your dream with our award-winning designers. And get 25% off your cabinets with laminate bench tops. For a limited time, of course. Balhanna Kitchens by Design. It's not too far to go to make your dream a reality. balhannakitchens.com.au.
John Williamson is coming to Adelaide.
A true blue. How you going, folks? Join me on my 55-year anniversary tour. My travelling days are done.
It's raining on the rock.
I'll be playing all my old favourites and songs from my new album. How many songs?
Beautiful world.
Can't wait to see you there.
They come from you.
John Williamson, Her Majesty's Theatre, Friday, July 25. Book now at Ticketek, supported by FIVEAA.
Rowey and Timmy G, the FIVEAA Sports Show.
29 minutes after 5, Andrew Bogut will join us at 5:30, and then Hannah Petty and Terry McAuliffe all before 6 o'clock. And your calls for Rusden Blackgut Shiraz, 8223 0000. Here's a bit of news.
Hot off the press.
Ooh, hello.
So we were just touching on it before the break. A developing situation out of the Gabba. Of course, Friday night footy, it's Brisbane and the Western Bulldogs. Neither team is currently allowed onto the ground, because of severe weather, including some lightning at the moment. There's a thunderstorm warning from the Bureau with damaging winds and large hailstones. The hope is that it blows through by game time, and there's no timeline at the moment on when they can get out on the oval. So as we speak, no warm-ups for the teams. Who knows if they're going to get out there by the time the game starts.
We played our whole careers doing warm-ups in little spaces and then running out and playing a game.
Oh,
toughen up, you lot. But there is a rule that I think if there's any lightning within a certain range...
5Ks, I reckon it is?
Yeah. You're not allowed on the pitch for an hour, I think.
Don't they have lightning rods on top of those towers that suck the lightning so it could never hit the ground anyway?
Yeah.
But health and safety of the players, I think they, regardless, have
Still
to just...
can happen.
Yep.
Unfortunately.
Because not every ground has that.
All right, whatever.
So, interesting development at the moment, so stay tuned. Hopefully, we'll have some updates for you on that game very shortly. 5:30 headlines coming up, and Bogue's next.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show. This is 5AA News, always Adelaide.
Good afternoon, I'm Kendall Brattig. A teenager who allegedly threatened to bomb Glenunga International High School and poison food has been released on bail. Police have found a vehicle during a renewed search around Garden Island for the remains of Melissa Trussell. A body's been found in the wreckage of a light plane in the New South Wales Snowy Mountains. And the Robran family has declined the offer of a state funeral for footy legend Barry. Now I'm checking 5AA traffic.
Afternoon at Kilburn, a crash to look out for. Prospect Road near Grand Junction Road. Just got word in from Mick the cabbie. Thanks for the call, Mick. Rose Park, a nasty crash involving two cars. Fullerton Road just near the servo. And Cumberland Park still got delays at Goulburn Road near Narina Avenue from an earlier smash. Cameras Main Road, McLaren Vale and Murray Street at and under. Score a screamer of a deal at BWS. Get a 4-pack of Jack Daniels Double Jack and Cola for $30. Hurry offer ends Sunday. T's and C's apply. Choose to drink wise. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Clear tonight and a shower or two tomorrow, a high of 15. At the moment, 12. More news at 6 o'clock on 5AA, always Adelaide.
In your heaviest moments, the women of White Lady Funerals are here to unburden you and your family. Wherever you are, whatever you need, know that you can share in our strength. White Lady Funerals. Let our strength help you find yours.
Something wild, cool and sophisticated has arrived in SA. J-Coup, selling a new SUV and only at Morfett Vale, Main South Road.
Who can fix the shower?
Service today.
Who can fix the power?
Service today.
Yes, we can, is what we say. Service today. From emergency plumbing to electrical and heating and cooling, no matter what size job you need, at Service Today, the answer will always be yes, we can. It's Service Today guaranteed or it's free. Can you fix the shower? Yes, we can. Can you fix the power? Yes, we can. Yes, we can, is what we say. Service Today. Look out for our bright yellow trucks.
No matter what your lifestyle looks like, if you have a home care package, you can choose who cooks your meals. Local Kitchen Co. is an Adelaide-owned, NDIS-approved provider dedicated to delivering nutritious, affordable, home-style meals straight to your door. Every meal is thoughtfully planned, made with fresh local ingredients and generously portioned. With weekly changing menus, there's always something new to try. So if you've got a home care package and you like your meals locally made and delicious, search Local Kitchen Co. and order today.
Lift your game with United.
Hello guys, Matty Johns here. Now I've learned a little bit about tackling and teamwork over the years, and word on the street is to tackle the big lifting jobs, you need the new CAT forklift on your side. Right now you can get it for just $29,990 during the United Forklifts end of financial year sale, and you're not going to get any better than that for the toughest, most reliable forklift on the market. Yep, so come on people, lift your game, search United Forklifts today.
If you eat too much junk food or drink too many sugary drinks, toxic fat can build up around your vital organs, releasing dangerous levels of chemicals that bring heart disease, type 2 diabetes and cancer closer. When you think of toxic fat around your vital organs, making some small changes like eating less junk food or drinking less sugary drinks is no big deal. Visit sa.livelighter.com.au today. A message from the Government of South Australia.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
It's 26 minutes to 6. Terry McCullough for racing.com isn't too far away. His tips with Timmy is always something worth listening to. You always get a little something out of that. Hannah Petty will join us as well, the captain of the Thunderbirds, and some tickets to give away to the Melbourne Vixens Thunderbirds semi-final. That's all to come on the show.
We all know the name. He's a legend. Andrew Bogut, Australian basketball NBA champion, and now a FIVEAA Hall of Famer. He has his Rogue Bogues podcast, and he's actually must listening to.
Oh, yeah.
He can have a crack. I like him about that. Andrew, welcome and congratulations.
Thanks for having me. Yeah, appreciate that. Been a pretty whirlwind couple of months.
I bet it is. Only the 9th inductee that's an Australian in the Hall of Fame. That's a massive honour for you, Andrew.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely took me by surprise. I got the call late last year from the FIVEAA board, and a pretty emotional moment. Not something that you really think about when you're playing or kind of have as a goal. It usually comes when you're older and greyer like I am and you retire and you get one of those phone calls. So, it's really, really nice, and went over for the ceremony in Bahrain with wife and kids, and it was sensational by FIVEAA. They handled it really well. It was a really nice weekend, and, go down in history, which is great.
Oh, big names, and you sit proudly amongst them, Andrew. Tell us about the ceremony at Bahrain, and did you have to speak? Did you get interviewed? Did you invite mates? Just paint a bit of a picture about the night.
Yeah, mate, I had to actually do a speech. So, long flight over to that part of the world, so plenty of time to write something up for myself. And I think I was one of the first. I think I might have been the first cab off the rank too, which wasn't great for pressure. So, you show a little highlight video. They put together a little resume, and they call you up on the stage, and you basically got a couple of minutes to go through, everyone you wanted to thank and talk about your journey a little bit, and then you shake hands, get off the stage, and then another 8 or 9 people have to go after you. So, pretty nerve-wracking a little, compared to just playing basketball, because it's not something that I'm used to doing. But, like I said, the weekend was great. The FIVEAA put us in a really nice hotel, showed us around town, all that kind of stuff, and really took real good care of, my wife and the kids, which was great.
Andrew, congratulations. Every great story that ends in success has many, many challenges along the way. And I just want to go back to your childhood, which was interesting for me. You played Aussie rules, you played tennis, you had a crack at all sports. Were you ever, indecisive about which way you wanted to go?
No, not really. Look, AFL was mainly at a low level, big kick back then, which is now Oz kick. So I did a bunch of that stuff. Did a bit of taekwondo. Didn't play organised tennis. I just loved playing tennis, but didn't play organised. Just played with mates. And the basketball was kind of pretty much locked in for me at about 11, 12, or something that I really enjoyed doing. Really enjoyed watching it. Really enjoyed studying it. Thought about it night and day, and was OCD about it, and continued on that path. So basketball was something that just was always part of my life from a young fella.
That was the passion. Now, I read that at 15 years of age, you were cut from the Vic state squad. You wanted to go and improve yourself. So was it a turning point, you reckon, as a kid, and a setback that sort of drove you?
Oh, of course, yeah. I mean, it's not rocket science or that kind of stuff. I think every athlete that kind of makes it to the professional level has had some sort of adversity along the way. I think you need adversity. I think if you're, when we all circle back, you and I, people listening, if you circle back to who was the best 12-year-old, 13-year-old, they're ever rarely the best. They never really become professionals. So you kind of want to be in the middle of the park as a young fella, and then build up into something in your mid to late teens, and you got a chance to make it. So you don't understand it at that point when you're young. When you're in the moment, you hate it and you're pissed off at everyone and you ask questions why. But that adversity is just super invaluable for a professional athlete.
What was more nervous, the Hall of Fame induction at Bahrain, or the first ever Australian to be number 1 pick in the NBA draft? Take us back to that day, Andrew. That must have been wild.
Yeah, thankfully no speech needed at the NBA draft. You just shake hands and then pee off to the back of the room and do media. So much easier. But yeah, I mean the anxiety leading up to it's a whole different ball game. You're on the world stage, and I didn't really get it at that point, because I went from a relative unknown as a 16, 17-year-old to on the world stage at 19, 20, so it all happened really quickly for me, underprepared, undereducated about how it all works, and had to figure it out myself along the way. So, yeah, look, set a good pathway for young Australians wanting to go over to the US. At that point, Luke Longley was really the only long-tenured NBA player we had from Australia. I think he played 10 years, and no one else has got close to that in the past 30, 40 years. So the odds of getting drafted number one at that point were really low, or even just getting drafted as an Aussie. So now, you know, the flow-on effect of that is something I'm most proud of, that, hey, you can take a pathway from Australia and become, you know, a top pick in the NBA draft, and now we've seen countless guys do that.
Yeah, 682 games across 14 seasons. You had the championship with Golden State. We'll get to that. But what we loved about you, Andrew, when you went away, you were always Australian. Never forgot you were an Australian. 3 Olympics, 2 World Cups, the Oceania Cups. You couldn't wait to put the green and gold on.
Yeah, look, I think it was always nice to come back. You know, we're treated like royalty in the NBA, and I think there's a lot of, it's probably over the top at times with how, you know, how much things we get done for us at a really elite level. And I think sometimes you get lost in that. You get lost in kind of like the quote-unquote Hollywood of it all. I think coming back to play for your national team, it kind of batters you down a little bit back to humility-wise, and also playing with guys that you grew up playing with and competing with. And I always enjoyed it. You know, it kind of was, once you're a pro in the NBA and earning that big money, the game's no longer pure. The national team was kind of the last beacon for me of pure basketball, and that's kind of why I always enjoyed getting back and playing and mentally refreshing that way.
You said about the national side that perhaps the bar wasn't set that high and mediocrity was accepted. It's certainly changed. Do you think the pathways have got better as well for Basketball Australia?
Yeah, definitely. The pathways have got better. We've got a lot of kids going to college. The NBL's gotten better. I think it's just been a perfect storm in Australia. As far as all that happening at the same time, I think our junior development was always at a pretty good level on the world stage. For some reason, you know, through the 90s and the 2000s, we always had a huge drop-off from juniors to seniors. There wasn't a huge transition to guys, and now we're seeing that transition finally fulfill. So it's great, and, you know, the more young kids we can get playing basketball around the country and playing a genuine world sport, competing for their country, the better.
Yeah, and well done on the championship 2015. Was that the highlight with Golden State and playing with legends like you did?
Yeah, I mean, whenever you win an NBA championship, I think it's a highlight. You know, there's only 15 guys on the roster in the NBA. There's 30 teams, so the math's not very in your favour to get a ring. For us to be on a team that compete for one and actually get one, you know, I've still very fond memories of that moment, from considering where Golden State was when I had arrived in the doldrums. Obviously playing for Milwaukee before that, never really a genuine chance to compete for a championship. To actually get one is very, very special.
Yeah, Steph Curry and Stephen Kerr. Hey, Rogue Bogues podcast, we listened to it a bit. You're a thinker. You challenge opinions. I like that, and maybe even establishment. You don't care. You have a crack. I do like that, Bogey. Where's the NBL at today? Just in a sentence or two.
It's growing. It's continuing to grow. I think it's a very competitive league, and I think it's well received over in the NBA. A number of players are now getting drafted from the NBL, which is a huge pat on the back for the way the league's going.
36ers, here's a statement, Annie. 36ers are shoo-ins for the championship this year. Sydney won't get within a bull's roar of us.
Oh, dear.
Boom.
You'd hope so, mate. They've got the highest salary cap in NBL history, mate. They've
knocked Sydney off for the first time in it. We're throwing money at a championship, Bogue.
Mate, we've been below them the last couple of years, mate. But Grant Kelly's found an old armour guard truck somewhere on the side of the road and just opened it up and just absolutely opened that thing right up. And, yeah, looking forward to seeing how much luxury tax they pay next off-season when we get the financials.
Oh, now that's a swipe. I
love it.
We don't care.
Swipe. It's factual. That's fact.
Hey, we don't care. We're going to win. Andy, we're going to win.
The highest spending NBL team ever. If they don't win the championship, utter failure of a season.
Oh, well, there we go. We're going to send that straight to Grant Kelly. Hey, Bogue, once again, mate, you're an absolute star. Your career is amazing. I mean, longevity rewards, it certainly did with you with the championship as well. You're a FIVEAA Hall of Famer on and off the court, mate. Thanks for your time.
All good, boys. Thank you very much.
An icon of Australian basketball. It's 16-6. Let's check your traffic.
Afternoon at Rose Park, a two-car collision, Fullerton Road near the Servo, but not seeing too many delays, so that's good for the drive home. Another crash getting cleaned up at Kilburn, Prospect Road near Grand Junction Road. We do have delays at Goodwood Road tonight. That's from a smash at Cumberland Park earlier in the day, just near Narina Avenue. Delays both directions too. Sluggish around Ridgehaven for works, North East Road near Dale Avenue. Quite busy at the moment. Little King William Street at Kent Town. And got a camera Seaview Road, McLaren Vale. And another one down south too, Sellex Beach Road at Sellex Beach. KFC have just dropped $8 boxes today only. Get lit with KFC this Christmas in July. Only on the app. Pick up only while stocks last. Max, one redemption. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
If you want to know what's going on at the Adelaide Football Club,
Listen in to the 5AA Sports Show.
each week Rowey and Timmy G chat with the players and coaches in the know.
Thanks to Sterling Homes.
Whether your block's the size of the Adelaide Oval or the goal square, customise your build with Sterling Homes.
Got something big to budge? Budget with Budget. Little trucks, big trucks. You can do it all in a budget rental truck. Get exactly what you need and at a great price too. So remember, whatever you've got to budget with a budget rental truck. Budget car and truck rental. Call 13 27 27. That's 13 27 27.
Budget with a budget renter truck is quick and cheap. Well, half your luck when you budget with a budget renter truck.
Hi, I'm Adam from Gutser. We've been relining gutters across Australia for nearly 30 years. Now you can get your hands on our DIY house gutter relining kit. This means you can install gutter liner for under $10 a metre. It's tough, has a 10-year weatherproof warranty, and it's 70% cheaper than replacing your gutters. Go to gutser.com.au to see the installation videos. Buy online and get the kit delivered to your door. Nothing can be finer than Gutser Gutter Liner.
Hello, darlings. Celebrate the festive season in style at this year's Cabaret Christmas at Adelaide Convention Centre. A spectacular lineup of show-stopping entertainment with Adelaide's hottest party bands and, best of all, me, Hans, your MC. So gather your workmates or your friends as we toast the season with an all-inclusive 3-course dinner package. Don't miss Cabaret Christmas. Book now via the Adelaide Convention Centre website.
Hi, I'm Dr. Laura Willington. Understaffing in our hospitals is harming you and me. We urgently need a workforce plan to identify the right number of doctors for each of our hospitals and health services. And we need fair wages and conditions to attract and keep doctors so you can access care when you need it. Help make our health system safer for you and safer for me. Visit safermedicalstaffing.com.au. Authorised by Dr. Laura Willington, President, South Australian Salaried Medical Officers Association, Adelaide.
Get the fruit trees you want at Garden Grove. Come and explore a huge range of citrus, fruit and nut trees, dwarf varieties, ornamentals and many more. Get the great advice you need and everything you want at Garden Grove. Golden Grove Road, Golden Grove.
Garden Grove, that's the garden. Garden Grove, that's the garden. Garden Grove, the garden that I
Phone
want.
8251 1111 for delivery to all areas. Open 7 days.
Get out there and give it heaps in the new Mazda BT50. Take on the toughest terrain and the biggest weekends in the top-of-the-range Mazda BT50 SP. Now from $67,990 drive away. Or get the job done with the worksite-ready BT50 XT 4x4 dual-cab pickup. Now from $54,990 drive away. Visit your local Mazda dealer and drive away today. T's and C's apply. See Mazda.com.au for details.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
It's going to be a different challenge for us, but to make finals was always the goal, and we've done that. We've done that now, and we know what to do in finals. So let's just go again.
It's 11-6. Tanya Ops, the coach of our Thunderbirds, they are off to try and make it back to back to back. Can we do the three-peat? You can get there to this weekend's semi-final. It's Sunday at the Adelaide Entertainment Centre. We'd love to win you some tickets for a double pass to go. It's sold out. This is your only place to win them. 8223 0055. Call now.
Sold out.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Sold
That was
out.
always going to happen. We're taking on the Vixens and we're going to win, and we got the skipper on the line. Hannah Petty, welcome.
Hello, boys. Thanks for having me.
Just heard the coach, Tanya. She was saying that, had to make finals, but you didn't just make it. You made it and you jumped to third spot, getting a home final. That is excellent.
Yeah, it is. It's a good omen, I guess, for getting to play the home final as well. And, yeah, look, the goal at the start of the year was just to make finals, and then we've got finals experience, so we'll see what happens from there.
Oh, I know what's going to happen. Now, I've loved you playing in the centre starting this year. I think you've had a cracking season because of it too. Very excited. You will start there again, no doubt.
I'll have to wait and see. Tanya might throw something different out come finals week.
I'll throw something at her if she does anything, I'll tell you. I got on a direct line. Don't worry about that, Hannah. Now, the game last week, the first term, it was a tough one. They won it by 2, but I thought you set the game up in the second term. And one thing I wanted to say, we had 23-11 penalties at one stage in that second term, and I'm thinking, is that something that we have to just watch? Is that a little, too large a gap, or is it something we have to watch, or it doesn't matter getting 23 penalties?
Oh, I think it's something you definitely need to be aware of, and you have to adjust to the umpires early in a game as well. And I probably didn't do that personally good enough last week, so you've got to work out what 3 feet is for each umpire and adjust to that accordingly, and then we're able to do that for the rest of the game and build the pressure.
Well done on that. It was terrific. Now, there was one stage in that second term where I think it was 6 minutes left in there, and then the Lightning tried to pass back because you guys were defending well. You've come in, put the right hand up, you've juggled it 3 times to intercept. It was one of the greatest juggling shows I've seen on earth.
Cirque du Soleil.
It could have been Cirque du Soleil. That was amazing stuff. And then turn the ball over. Hannah, do you train for that, or is that just a natural instinct that you have?
Oh, I guess that one was a bit natural, I could say. But yeah, I'll take it. You guys are pumping my tyres up for this week. I like it.
Oh, mate, it was outstanding. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah. Hannah, we've played the Vixens twice this year. We've won both, haven't we?
Yeah, we have. Yeah, we've won the last 5 times we've played them. So hopefully keep it rolling.
Yeah. Now, if I'm right, we're the best defensive team. We conceded 821 goals. The next best is actually the Vixens, 860. So is this going to be a battle of the defences, or is it going to be the team who scores with their offence, just shoots their shots, gets them in?
I think it'll be a bit of both. I think we'll be looking to build that pressure over the 4 quarters and obviously make a statement in the first, but then I think the trouble we've had sometimes this year is capitalising on our defensive efforts. So that'll be a focus in our 3-quarter attack, is making sure when we have the ball we nail it, and then obviously Vixens will be looking to do the same, and we can just get a few more intercepts to win us the game.
Yeah. God, hasn't Tilly Garrett done well in the defence?
Oh, she's been amazing. I think her adding in, going from goalkeeper to goal defence as well, has added another bow to her string, and she just goes in, does her job week in, week out, and I was so proud that she got MVP last week as well.
Hang on, did you have a touch of a Stephen Rowe there? Bow to her string.
I did.
Yeah.
I was thinking of you.
Are you? No, really, are you dyslexic? See, because I'm dyslexic. That's something I would say, Hannah Petty.
Yeah, look, sometimes I slip up with words all the time. Just ask the girl.
Yeah, I think
she's added a bow to her string. How's me picking up Hannah Petty?
Yeah, well, you know the thing.
You're in a bad way, Hannah.
She's been interviewed by us too often. That's why.
No.
That's what's happened there.
That was so funny.
Hey, Hannah, I did like the flashback to the retro kit, the 97, sort of 98 premiership era of the club. That was a nice tip of the hat.
Oh, absolutely. I think each year we do it so well, going back to Heritage Round. We love playing in that dress, and it seems to bring the best of us out each week. And, yeah, giving something else the fans can look forward to seeing as well, and thanking the players for everything they've done in the past to where we are now.
Back to the Pink Army, no doubt, for the final.
Absolutely. I think they've got to get out there. They've got to make it hard for the Vixens to come over here again, and I just can't wait to play out in front of a huge sold-out crowd.
Mate, it's only 3 wins to another flag. All the best.
Thank you very much.
Good luck, Hannah Petty,
Well done,
our
Hannah.
captain of the Thunderbirds. They've made it. They've got a home final. They've set it up beautifully. I'm looking forward to the final.
She's added the cloud to my rain.
Speaking of rain, just quickly, lightning's been detected within 10 k's of the Gabba if you've just missed it before. Both fans and sides have been escorted undercover at the moment at the Gabba. Okay. The AFL Integrity has told the change rooms they need 15 minutes without any lightning before they can get out there. There's still no movement ahead of Friday night football, so very interesting scenes at the Gabba right now. But the covers are on. It's all happening heading into that. Let's get to your weekend's racing.
Timmy and Terry's tips.
Yes, Terry McCall of racing.com with Tim Ginniver and occasionally Adam. Terry, he had a good win last week, let me tell you. Harley and Rose.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well done to you, Adam. Congratulations. I think at one stage it was paying $16. My apologies, Adam. I only got on at 10, but thank you. It was a winner. Now, you picked the first winner, though, that got us off to a bit of a good start in race 1. Was it FIVEAA or something?
Yeah, FIVEAA. Don't get Rowey to pronounce it again, because he totally stuffed it up last week.
FIVEAA. That got us off to a good start, and I got to say, topped it off nicely. My boy ran 4th. He was no good, extra hot. But what have we got this week, my friend?
All right, I'll run through them in race order, boys. So in the first, the Eagle, John Kelton, he likes number 3, Layer Upon Layer.
Oh, Sarah Lee.
So that's one of John's. My roughie is in race 3, number 6, Smiling Assassin. He's a last start winner, actually.
Love it.
Won at Warrnambool last start. John's best is race 4, number 7, Nickish. And the other one that I like and John likes is race 5, number 5, Ethereum Girl. So we're sort of hitting the first part of the program pretty hard, boys. Races 1, 3, 4 and 5.
Very nicely done. I too had Nickish, so I'm going to stick with John on that one. I actually went for Bootlegger because you gave it to us last time. I loved it.
Yep, and it won last start. It's in the main race of the day, the size produce for the 2-year-old. So it's a good race.
Yeah.
Bootlegger is certainly one of the favourites there with a great chance. Volcano is one of the favourites up the top there, number 1 for Tony and Calvin McAvoy. So, yeah, I just thought Ethereum Girl ran really well, same track and distance last start when it ran second. Jason Holder jumps aboard. It perhaps can go one better, but Bootlegger would not shock me at all to see it be winning again.
Excellent. Well, Adam's given us a late card entry. He's given us race 7, number 3, Dreams Fulfilled, race 8, number 7, Beauty Bound, and race 9, number 10, Proven Correct. So obviously reflecting on his tips last week.
Gee, we're nearly going to tip the card if we get them all right. We've sort of covered the first part of the program and Adam starts the second half.
I think it's only race 6 and race 2 we missed, so let's see how we go. Hey, Terry, thank you very much for your time, buddy.
Yeah, interesting news there too from the Gabba boys, so we'll see what happens. I know with racing, if we have lightning at a race meeting, we have to wait half an hour with no more strikes before we can get out there and compete again. Otherwise, the meeting just basically gets abandoned. So hopefully no dramas up there at the Gabba. We can get this game underway.
Yeah, safe but sure.
Great
well done.
stuff.
Thanks for that, Tez. We're going to give Warwick from Mitcham the father-son rule. We're going to give him the Rusden Blackgut Shiraz.
Excellent idea. Well done. Just food for thought. I liked it, Warwick. Thank you very much for inspiring us.
Rusden Blackguts, you'll love it. RusdenWines.com.au.
That is where they are, the home of the Blackguts.
Yes. I just want to say our good friend Malcolm at Highbury wants to encourage all Sandford lovers to go to Prospect on Sunday, pay their respects to Barry Robran, wearing whatever club colours you want.
It is a good thought indeed. 2 minutes to 6.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
Your daily cup of OTR just got a hold